I was watching this show on a video last night, and it's talking about indoctrination and how we have gotten indoctrinated to things that weren't that way originally, like racism. This was the one I was watching, and how up until like a couple hundred years ago, the main thing was you had different tribes and nations and that type of thing, but somewhere along the line, someone started using skin color. But anyway, that's not what I'm talking about. What I want to talk about was that stems over into all kinds of things. I hear so many people say, "Well, I don't want to have socialized medicine." Okay, as long as you have money involved in medicine or any kind of health care or any business, it's going to be it's going to be incentivized, is what they call it. We're going to incentivize you with a bonus, and which is all, again, instead of going tribe and nation, and now you're saying racism. Now you're saying it used to be called greed, is what it was called. You're incentivized. You are given bonuses, and that's what doctors are done. You could know a kid since he was this, born, and you can know he's a great-hearted person and everything else, and he can go to school and become a doctor, and you go, man, I know he's going to be on the up and up. He's going to be nothing to worry about but what I got. But you don't know now. Now he's got school loans. Now he's got a cars and stuff that he has to pay for, and a house that he didn't have that when he was a kid, and you knew him. And now he's got a wife too, is probably, pushing him to do some things. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not, maybe she's a good person, and maybe they don't have any debt, but they probably do have some debt if he's a doctor or a dentist or anything like that. He's going to have all kinds of loans and stuff, especially unless he just had a bunch of money to begin with. So now he is incentivized to make money. And everybody that I hear go, oh, well, I don't want socialized medicine. You probably have insurance of some type. If you do, you have bought into the indoctrination that you don't want to have to pay for it if it's very much at all. So you want somebody else to pay for it. Somebody else has paid into the system. And, that's the way we were brought up. You have insurance. And we looked at it as being prudent and financially prudent and secure and different things. But it's all part of the socialism plan. I mean, when you have a dental office or a doctor's office or a tire store or anybody else that has people at the top that are incentivized to make bonuses, they sometimes were going to be pushing things that you may look at it and go, I wouldn't think that they'd be pushing stuff like that. Like, I don't know, some different procedures on teeth, or the different procedures and medicines. People in the pharmaceuticals industries pushing different medicines. They don't necessarily want to cure you, possibly. I mean, I've heard that. They may want you just to be able to endure it, whether it's diabetes or cancer or whatever else. I keep hearing that there is cures out there that are squashed because once they cure you, then that's it. If they give you one pill for $1,000 and you're cured of cancer or diabetes or something, where's the incentive? Where's the money making in that? They'd rather be able to sell you a pill every week for the rest of your life for $100 and make $5,200 a year, and in perpetuity, as long as as long as it doesn't kill you too quick. And that's terrible to say, but there are evil people out in this world that greed will drive them, incentives will drive them, bonuses will drive them to do things that aren't really, I mean, look, it's biblical. Isn't it biblical? Is anybody really good? Aren't we all, we may change. Christ can change us. But even in that, if you're indoctrinated thinking, well, this is just part of the system, I'm just going to, I just have to be a part of it because that's just, that's just the system I grew up in. That's what I know. That's the dilemma, isn't it? That's the dilemma. You have to look at your own integrity and your own, and be willing to um, not be like everybody else. And it's tough. It's even talking about fraud. People don't want to turn in anybody they're working for, especially if their bonus is tied to it. They want to look the other way. They may try to push somebody out that they know is doing wrong, but otherwise, if it's making them more money, mm-hmm, yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, hopefully it's not going to hurt anybody. And that's it. I mean, listen to what I'm saying and think about it. That's it. And the more as you buy into it, and I buy into it with insurance and different things, and I'm not saying I'm going to go cancel my insurance today because it's part of the system. And yes, I have been paying it. And if I drop out tomorrow, okay, is it going to help me or hurt me? It's part of the world. It is the worldly system. And that's why we keep getting moved closer and closer to socialism, because know it or not, you're buying into it when you buy into insurance and 401k and all these other things. When you participate, you are helping to push it to that one world government and that one world system, because it's not sustainable. It's like having a pension that they used to give out in some of these cities and different things to firemen and different people, and tell them they're going to make their living, get paid as much as what they're now getting paid now, or pretty close, for the rest of their life. And then they wasn't counting on people maybe with medicine being able to live an extra 20 years. So now they're getting caught in that and going, boy, we can't sustain that. And just like our country, we can't sustain printing money. We can't sustain quitting using our natural resources to make money and provide things for people in the world, and letting other parts of the world do it, which is part of the socialism and the New World Order. As long as our currency is higher than other countries' currency, it's not evened out enough. So we have to make our currency go down. The people that know, they have to make our currency go down. So somewhere in some other third world countries, their currency goes up, because now we're letting them drill for the oil, and letting this person get the uranium, and that person do something else, and that country do something else, and that we normally would do. That country's providing it, and that country. So that's what's going on. It's evening out our money, evening out our currency. So when the New World Order does come on, guess what? We're all even out. The dollar is not worth as much as it was, and the yen or something is just worth as much. So things to think about, and some random thoughts for you this morning. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and all that good stuff. And yeah, this is a mind-blowing. It was a good video last night. Man, I may put a link down below if you want to check it out as well. Have a good one. Be strong out there.